Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Lakeview High School graduating class of 2013. Good evening. Before we get tonight's ceremony started, I'd like everyone to please take their cell phones out and turn the ringers off. Also, please refrain from behaviors that should only be acceptable at sporting venues. Outbursts of cheering, shouting, or whistling distract from the dignity of this evening's events. Having said that, welcome to the 82nd commencement ceremony of Lakeview High School. It is an honor and a pleasure being the principal at Lakeview High School. It's been my privilege to be here and be part of these students' education and maturation over the past 3.5 years. I've witnessed firsthand the growth that took place for many of them. This group of individuals before you today is destined for success. The staff at Lakeview has worked very hard to prepare each one of the students here before you today to move on to the next phase of their lives, and the staff administration wish them every success moving forward. Class of 2013, you owned your learning here at Lakeview. Now it's soon time to own your future. At this point, I would like to recognize the distinguished guests that are with us here tonight. First, from the Lakeview Public Schools Board of Education, Mr. Daniel Dombrowski. Vice President, Mr. Philip Thomas. Secretary, Mr. Donald Wheaton. Treasurer, Mr. Timothy Houlihan. Trustees, Carol Herbon, Michael Bayer, and James Corey. Out of the Lakeview Central Office staff, the Superintendent, Mr. Karl Paulson, Assistant Superintendent, Ms. Tracy Van PEEREN, the Director of Student Services, Chris Brown, Director of Operations and Athletics, Sean ZABOROWSKI, Director of Business Services, Tasha McIntyre, Jefferson Middle School Administration, Mr. David Lavender, Principal, Mr. Jason Townsend, Assistant Principal. Elementary Principals, representing Ardmore Elementary, Ms. Donna Block. Greenwood Elementary, Diane Koenig. Harmon Elementary, Mr. Greg Cedar. In Princeton Elementary, Sherry Mikowitz. Lakeview High School Administration and special guests, my assistant principals, Ms. Heather Huber and Mr. Scott KAPLA. Tonight's graduation speaker, Dr. Richard Hanley, Lakeview High School graduate, class of 1974. And now would all of the outstanding Lakeview Public School teachers that are with us tonight please rise and be recognized. The students before us tonight have undoubtedly had the support of their parents getting to this point. The importance of the support cannot be underestimated and should be recognized. Will the parents or guardians please rise and be recognized for your accomplishments? And I cannot proceed with this evening's event without recognizing all the Lakeview family members here. So, will all of the Lakeview High School alumnus please rise and be recognized? To announce this evening's graduation awards is Lakeview School Board President, Mr. Dan Dombrowski.
Thank you, Mr. Case. On behalf of the Lakeview Public Schools Board of Education, I'd like to welcome all to this evening's class of 2013 commencement, Lakeview's 82nd commencement. Traditions are an important part of any organization, and in schools, the tradition of graduation is a particularly moving and uplifting event. This is a time when we, as school board members, administrators, teachers, support staff, parents, and families applaud the academic, athletic, artistic, musical, and social accomplishments of each of you. This particular class is especially talented, as we saw last night, in the number of scholarships and awards that were presented. Graduation also gives us the opportunity to celebrate the many fine accomplishments of individual members of the class of 2013. While these honors are given to individuals, all honors reflect on the quality of the entire class. I know that you celebrate with me as we recognize the following 8 individuals for their outstanding achievements, noting that the first 7 awards are considered of equal ranking, and the 8th award, the Robert H. Schaublin Award, is considered the top award. First, the Belfour Award. This is the oldest of our awards and was originally established by the Belfour Ring Company. The recipients' names date back to 1962 on 3 of the 4 Belfour plaques we can find. The missing plaque predates the 1960s. A trophy to be presented at commencement to the senior that was voted on the faculty based upon character, leadership, service, and scholarship. The 2013 recipient of the Belfour Award is Mr. James Blumline. Next, we have the Mr. Richard Black Award. Mr. Richard Black worked for Lakeview Public Schools as a teacher, coach, and athletic director from 1956 to 1993. He has been recognized for coaching by being named to the South Dakota University Hall of Fame, Macomb County Coaches Hall of Fame, and the Michigan Coaches Hall of Fame. This trophy was first awarded in 1970 as presented to the senior that was voted upon by the faculty based upon character, leadership, service, scholarship, and athletic ability. The 2013 recipient of the Richard Black Award is Mr. Zachary Pappas. Next, we have the Honor Award. First awarded in 1962, a trophy to be presented at commencement to the senior that was voted on by the faculty based upon character, leadership, service, and scholarship. The 2013 recipient of the Honor Award plaque is Miss Shannon Moy. Next, we have the Co-Ed Trophy, or the Co-Ed Service Award. The Co-Ed Trophy was initiated in 1955. A trophy to be presented at commencement to the senior that was voted on by the faculty based upon character, leadership, service, and scholarship. The 2013 recipient of the Co-Ed Service Award is Miss Abby Mikowski. Next, we have the Christine Neiman Award. This award originated in 1963. Named in honor of a former math and Latin teacher who was a member of one of the St. Clair Shore's original families. Neiman Street was named after this family. A trophy to be presented at commencement to the senior that was voted on by the faculty based upon character, leadership, service, and scholarship. The 2013 recipient of the Christine Neiman plaque is Miss Casey Blashill. Next, we have the William Srigley Civic School Award. This award was first presented in 1977. Mr. Srigley was a member of the Lakeview Board of Education. In 2008, his family made an endowment to the Alumni Association, providing professional development money to a teacher and the Srigley Award to a senior who has demonstrated character, leadership, service, and scholarship. The 2013 recipient of the William Srigley Civic School Award is Carmen Brown. Next, we have the Ian Smith Award. First presentation of this award was in June 1972. Mr. Ian Smith is a former member of the Lakeview Board of Education, and during his tenure on the board, he served as its president. To honor Mr. Smith's contributions to his community, a trophy is being presented at commencement to the senior that was voted on by the faculty based upon character, leadership, service, and scholarship. The 2013 recipient of the Ian Smith Award is Miss Anna Curry. Next, we have the Robert H. Schaublin Award. Mr. Robert H. Schaublin served honorably as Lakeview High School principal from 1951 to 1978. He also served the district as superintendent of schools. This plaque is awarded to the most outstanding senior as voted on by the faculty. Criteria being character, leadership, service, and scholarship. This honor has been awarded to our top senior since 1967. The 2013 recipient of the Robert H. Schaublin Award is Lauren DeMeyer. Once again, congratulations to the recipients of this nice award, or tonight's awards, and congratulations to all of the class of 2013.
Thank you, Mr. Dombrowski. Tonight, the Lakeview Select Choir will be performing Irish Blessing in the Lakeview High School alma mater under the direction of Miss Jody Thompson. Thank you very much, choir. That was very well done. The alma mater, the first time they started to perform it, they had asked for me to come down to the choir room. They asked for me to come down to the choir room and to perform it, and when I was there, I had the same reaction that I have now. And when I was sitting here, I had goosebumps from the song. It's just beautiful. So thank you very much. It is now my pleasure to introduce the Lakeview High School class president for the class of 2013, and that's James Blumline. James is the son of Paula and Martin Blumline. James was a student council president, historian, and chairman of the homecoming and coming home court committees. James was a sixth grade camp counselor this past year, as well as being a Lakeview ambassador. James will be studying mechanical engineering at Oakland University on a full academic scholarship. Ladies and gentlemen, James Blumline.
Good evening, students and parents. I would like to start by congratulating the class of 2013. We made it through 4 years of rigorous classes, sports, and other extracurricular activities, and tonight we are here to finally graduate and end this chapter of our lives. However, this cannot and must not be the end of our learning. Whether you are going off to college, a trade school, or straight into the workforce, you must strive for knowledge. It doesn't necessarily have to be math formulas or that sort of thing, but the pursuit of knowledge is essential to living a well-rounded life. One of my personal heroes, Walt Disney, once said, "Whatever you do, do it well. Do it so well that when people see you do it, they will want to come back and see you do it again, and they will want to bring others and show them how well you do what you do." We, as a future generation, must emulate Walt in that whatever profession we choose to go into, whether you choose to be a doctor, engineer, accountant, or Frank's red-hot salesman, if we perform to the best of our abilities, we will be able to make the world a better place. Once you can say that you have performed to the best of your ability, you will be sure that you will be successful, both economically and emotionally. And now for the announcement of our Distinguished Teacher Award. Now I am going to announce the Teacher of the Year for the class of 2013. This teacher is a major role model to myself, and I know many others look up to this teacher as a role model as well. This teacher has been with us since our freshman year and has seen our students grow both academically and otherwise. This teacher has done their best to not only improve the class academically, but also to help us become good people that are ready to go out into the real world. This teacher may be seen as some by intimidating, but I've gotten to know them very well and can tell you that this teacher is actually very funny. Lakeview High School is a better place because of this teacher. Ladies and gentlemen, our 2013 Distinguished Teacher of the Year, the leader of all teachers himself, Mr. Brent Case.
Once again, if you were here last night, I was ambushed last night as well. I'm somewhat speechless. It is thrilling for me to have forged as many relationships with a group of individuals that are in this room. I would say that in the last 3.5 years, they have had a pretty strong impact on me, and I hope that I've had an impact on them. James in particular, he and I have shared some rather humorous episodes all captured in this year's yearbook, so if you don't have one, that's where you should look. Again, I'm humbled by this, and I thank you very much.
Finally, to show our thanks to Lakeview High School, we are offering a class gift of a new entranceway to the football field from the Wheat Building in the form of landscaping and hardscaping of the new entrance. Now, we will be moving on to the next exciting chapter of our lives, and I, for one, have faith in our futures. Thank you.
My notes say to congratulate a teacher, but that would not be appropriate right now. I would like to thank the class of 2013 for the very thoughtful gift. And now it is time to recognize some of the students that are graduating with honors. We're going to start with highest honors. So the students that are before you today that are wearing a gold stole are being recognized for their accomplishments as graduating with highest honors. These students earned a minimum of a 3.75 GPA, have earned proficient on all MME endorsements, and have taken at least 2 advanced placement courses. These students have also taken 2 years of the same foreign language. The students that qualified for this honor had a collective ACT composite average of 27. Could all of the students that are graduating with highest honors please stand? And could I have some house lights? Amazing job. The silver stoles signify a student graduating with honors. These students completed the required courses for graduation, maintained a GPA of 3.5 or better, and have earned at least 2 proficient endorsements on the Michigan Merit Exam. The students that qualified for this honor had a collective ACT composite of 24. Could all the students that are graduating with honors please stand? House lights again, please. It is now my pleasure to introduce the 2013 Lakeview High School salutatorian. Her name is Carmen Brown. Carmen is the daughter of Dale and Joanne Brown and the sister of Sheridan, and Sheridan shared this honor 2 years ago. Carmen made the all-academic team for Macomb County, as a member of the National Honor Society and vice president of our Math Honor Society, Mu Alpha Theta. Carmen was a charter board member of Lakeview's chapter of the Junior Optimist Club, Huskies with Heart, and is the club's outgoing president. Outside of school, Carmen's primary focus has been piano and dance. Carmen has taken private piano lessons for 12 years and has enjoyed teaching piano to younger students over the past 2 years. She has danced since age 3. Throughout high school, she has taken lessons, assisted with lessons, competed, and been part of a holiday dance team that performs at nursing homes and assisted living facilities throughout the month of December. Carmen will be attending North Carolina State University this fall, where she received both a College of Humanities and Social Sciences Dean Scholar Award and a Chancellor's Leadership Scholarship. She plans to pursue a degree in psychology. Ladies and gentlemen, Carmen Brown.
Good evening to Lakeview staff, school board, to all family members and friends gathered here tonight, and most importantly, to my fellow graduates. I am honored and humbled to be speaking in front of you tonight. Can you believe that we're here? It's crazy to think that we have finished our 4 years at Lakeview and now get to go off and be a part of the real world. The strangest thing about graduating to me is the fact that when we leave this auditorium today, our lives are changed forever. No longer will we have to wake up every morning and spend 7 straight hours in one building learning about math or science or English. Now we have the choice to do whatever we want. That's kind of scary, isn't it? One thing that I do know is that the friendships we have made here, the experiences we've been through together, all of the ups and downs have helped us to prepare for this next step. We would not be getting that diploma today if we were not ready to go out and experience the real world. Seeing as I am in the same boat as all of you, not being any older or wiser, I feel it is not really my place to try and make suggestions on how to go out and be successful in life. That being said, one of the greatest authors of all time, F. Scott Fitzgerald, did say something once that I would like to share with all of you. He said, "For what it's worth, it's never too late, or in my case, too early, to be whoever you want to be. There is no time limit, so stop whenever you want. You can change or stay the same. There are no rules to this thing. We can make the best or worst of it. I hope you make the best of it, and I hope you see things that startle you. I hope you feel things that you never felt before. I hope you meet people with a different point of view. I hope you live a life you're proud of, and if you find that you're not, I hope that you have the strength to start all over again." With that in mind, I really want to wish all of you the very best in whatever it is you are pursuing in the future. I am so excited to begin the next chapter of my life, and I hope that you are too. Thank you all so very much for your time. Congratulations, class of 2013. We made it.
The valedictorian of the class of 2013 is Nicholas Cook. Nick is the son of Diane and Colin Cook. Nick is also a member of the Macomb All-Academic Team. He was also the Detroit News Best and Brightest, a member of the Mu Alpha Theta, a Lakeview Student Ambassador, and Nick made the Macomb Community College Dean's List. He currently holds 50 college credits. Ladies and gentlemen, Nicholas Cook.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this graduation ceremony. To the class of 2013, it's been a tough 4 years of high school and a long 12 years of education so far. But we're still only teenagers. We've only just scratched the surface of our lives. The real world is a completely different beast, new and exciting. Whether you were the student who went to all the dances and attended all the football games, or the one who sat reserved throughout class, life outside of high school has new opportunities for you. And you're the only one who can decide what to do. You are in control of your life. You get to choose what's best for yourself. And as an adult, you alone are responsible for your actions. It sounds like a huge responsibility, and it is. But you reap the reward of being able to define yourself and be your own person. Of course, we didn't get here all on our own. We give many thanks to our parents, our family, and the faculty that have helped us along the way. To the parents who, through elementary and middle school, stayed up late into the night and early into the morning, working with us on the poster, the essay, and the book report we waited until the last night for. As high schoolers, we found that we were independent enough to do those difficult projects by ourselves, and that independence will surely help us later on. Also, we'd like to thank the teachers who helped us when we didn't understand, the administrators who did their best to keep the school up and running, the janitors and handymen who kept the school in tip-top shape, and the counselors who provided advice when we needed it most. Everyone has been working to give us the best chance at our futures. And so once again, we like to thank our parents, our families, and our staff for guiding us to be the young adults we are today. Thank you all, and congratulations to the class of 2013.
Thank you, Nick. It is now my pleasure to introduce Lakeview Community Schools, or Lakeview Public Schools Superintendent, Mr. Karl Paulson.
very telling that so many of our students have college credits already, and Nick, as we heard, has in the realm of 50. Over 100 students in this class have earned either advanced placement or college credits before leaving high school, and that's just astounding. Good evening to all, and thanks for coming to this important event. Our Board of Education and our staff and administration, I really appreciate you being here. And seniors, you made it. Tonight, we're proud of you. Parents, you made it. We're pleased for you. Faculty, you made it happen. And I know we're all relieved at that. Last night and earlier tonight, we had a lot of students recognized with accolades and academic honors. And many of our seniors have demonstrated success in a lot of different ways: athletics, band, orchestra, clubs, and etc. Among those accomplishments, those are things that you've done. In many respects, they're the past. You live this year until tonight as seniors, but when you walk across the stage and you walk out, you'll be graduates. When you go through those auditorium doors, you're going to face many different challenges. And the challenges you face are what makes life interesting. Overcoming those challenges is what makes life meaningful. You've overcome one big challenge to be here tonight, and we're celebrating to give it meaning. So now, simple words of wisdom. And they're similar to what we've already heard. Your future, seniors, is just starting to get created. The challenge you have now as a graduate is up to you. I challenge you to make the most of it. I'll say it again. The challenges you're going to face are what's going to make your life interesting. But those challenges, overcoming them, is what's going to make your life meaningful. Keep getting an education. No matter how fast you go or how slow you go, no matter where it is you go, keep getting an education. It's a great equalizer. It will provide opportunities that others will not have who don't continue getting an education. You can be the next teacher, lawyer, doctor, pastor, policeman, PhD, chemist, inventor. Whatever you learned in Lakeview is going to set you up to begin that journey and be successful. We know you can do it. Make us proud. I also have the pleasure of introducing our guest speaker. His journey began as a 1974 graduate of Lakeview. To put everything in context and give our parents, faculty a chance to reflect, let's all think back to 1974 when young Rick Handley was walking the halls of Lakeview High School. Benny and the Jets and Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. Two of several Elton John tunes that were hits that year. Many of us know a well-known rock band called the Rolling Stones, who had a chart topper that we still hear often today. It's only rock and roll, and I like it. John Denver had Sunshine on My Shoulders, makes me happy. And a couple of former Beatles, Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr, tried to break out on their own. Chinatown with Jack Nicholson, and Godfather Part 2 with a young actor named Al Pacino provided them opportunities for some fame and awards. While the men seemed to be up in the music and movie charts, several strong women were featured on television in appealing shows, popular shows that sort of touched on the feminist movement, like All in the Family, Archie and Edith, or Rhoda and Mary Tyler Moore. Everyone loved Little House on the Prairie. President Nixon uttered those words, "People ought to know that their president's not a crook." And I'm not a crook. Unfortunately, a few months later, therefore, I shall resign the presidency at noon tomorrow. Vice President Ford will be sworn in as president at that time in this office. Bill Freehan and Willie Horton led the Tigers' averages and home runs, and John Hiller was the ace of the staff as a reliever with 17 wins, but only 13 saves in a season they win 49 games. A full component of sports and extracurricular options like music and orchestra were filling the activities here at Lakeview High School. But I'll bet you didn't know they had a sailing club or a gymnastics team. Shores Skateland and Harbor Lanes were popular hangout places for pinball and sodas. And of course, Stewart Photography took many senior pictures. In fact, I think Mr. Stewart's been doing this 47 years. The most popular cars, motivated by an OPEC oil embargo, the Ford Pinto, Plymouth Valiant, and Chevy Chevelle, they were all built small and light to try and address better gas mileages. Because, you know, in 1974, a gallon of gas skyrocketed to 53 cents a gallon. Don't we all wish? Anyways, when it was 53 cents a gallon for gas and Barbra Streisand was singing "The Way We Were" on the radio, young Rick Hanley was ending his days as a Husky and headed to Wayne State University on a merit scholarship to study chemistry. He completed his bachelor's degree with high distinction in 1978, and that provided him the opportunity to attend graduate school right at WSU and participate in various fellowships in the early 80s, earning a doctoral degree in 1986. His dissertation, "The Role of Intramolecular Electron Transfer Processes in the Chemiluminescent Decomposition of 1,2-dioxetanes," was very popular reading. Very exciting if you were a PhD chemist at Wayne State University. Dr. Hanley took a job as a research chemist at BASF Corporation for several years, taught courses at WSU as a part-time faculty member until 1990 when he joined Lumigen. Dr. Hanley's chemical expertise saw his rise through the ranks at Lumigen, becoming a licensed patent agent in 1994 and serving as director of production and director of intellectual property. He's published numerous professional articles in scientific journals and presented to colleagues throughout the US and the world about his research through the 90s and 2000s. The application of his research, which I know we're going to see more about later, comes to the public in the form of detection technologies in various medical applications and some business manufacturing processes. The past 7 years, Dr. Hanley has been employed with the Beckman Coulter Incorporated, a company that provides life science diagnostic services to many different business interests. Dr. Richard Hanley is an outstanding example for our seniors, and I know his comments tonight will give us all a better sense of how his journey the past 39 years can be a great example to our seniors. He's married to Michelle, a high school sweetheart, right from Lakeview High, and they have 2 children, a daughter and a son. His son and his wife are actually at another school event over in the Plymouth-Canton area, so his daughter is with us. Please join me in thanking Dr. Richard Hanley for coming back to Lakeview and sharing a few thoughts. Dr. Hanley.
Thank you, Superintendent Paulson, for that memorable introduction. Principal Case, honored guests, family and friends, graduates, and fellow Huskies, of course. I'm honored and grateful for the privilege speaking to you this afternoon. Thank you. As I looked out at you sitting where I was 39 years ago, and I have to admit sporting quite a lot more hair than I have currently, I try to imagine what I would have done if someone had told me then that I'd be on the other side of the microphone today. After the panic attack subsided, I suspect I would have wondered how this could be. You see, very few of us at this stage can really picture the path we're about to tread and where it might take us. I want to help you picture your path. Commencement speeches are frequently about dreams and achieving success. Problem is, there are probably as many visions of success as there are graduates in this class. I won't try to lay out a detailed roadmap to success for you today. I simply can't forecast for you what the world will value 30 to 40 years from now. I guarantee you that nobody in my high school class was planning to earn a living by writing the next killer iPhone app. Instead, I will offer you a couple of ideas. A glimpse of lessons that I've found useful along the way, and a view of success that may be a little different than what you have in mind. So today, I have some good news and some bad news. I usually like to get the bad news over with first, so let's begin there. Graduates, no matter your educational plans after you receive your diploma, you're not finished with learning. Now, that may come as no big surprise for those of you headed off soon to colleges and universities. You've signed up for a few more years, and then even that phase of your formal education will end. But it doesn't end there. Some of you may be going in a different direction, maybe into the workforce or the armed services. You too are not finished with learning. And to those of you who really aren't quite sure, you're taking some time off to consider your future options, no, it doesn't end here for you either. You're not finished with learning. Now the good news that I promised, you're not finished with learning. After my biology class in 10th grade with Bob Jacobson, and especially after my first chemistry class with Lou Ruddock, I was hooked on the idea of scientific research and knew what I wanted to do. I was awakened to a drive to explore the hows and whys and especially the what-ifs. I was lucky to find something to light a fire inside me, something that seemed to appeal to my natural abilities. So after graduation, I enrolled at Wayne State to pursue a degree in chemistry, as you've heard, and off I went. Now you may be forgiven for thinking, well, this science stuff is fine for you, but what does it have to do with me? Well, maybe nothing directly, but it has everything to do with finding your way onto a path to success, as I'll try to explain. As I reflected on what I would say to you, and that you could profit from hearing, one word kept bouncing around in my head: ability. So I would like to offer you a few thoughts on a subject to take home with you today along with that shiny new diploma. Many of you have worked hard and put in countless hours of studying, completing projects, writing reports, and taking exams, pursuing academic excellence to the best of your ability. Some of you have worked hard and developed your skill in the athletic field, or in the gym, or pool. You've been blessed with an athletic ability that was never in the cards for me, as my 10th grade phys ed teacher would surely attest. For others, your forte is the creative and performance arts. These abilities allow you to create works of beauty that inspire and entertain us. The abilities that you've demonstrated in your educational career and in your outside activities will help you to define who you are and to make decisions about where you'd like to take life from here. Perhaps they will help chart the direction of your career. And these are obviously important. But a little bit more, other abilities will be required of you. For those of you who might be unsure about yourself or wonder whether your abilities will take you where you want to go, I want to reassure you that there are other important and perhaps undervalued abilities at which each and every one of you can excel. I'd like to take a few minutes to touch on a few of them and how they benefited me. To do so, I fast forward several years in my story. Collect that college degree? Check. Marry a high school sweetheart? Check. Get first job as a scientist? Check. Relocate to get another job? Buy a house? Check, check. Still got that itch to do real research and can't find a way to scratch it? Yes, you bet. So back into the higher education system I went, learning more and more about less and less and becoming an expert in the process. So after several more years and another degree later, I graduated with a doctoral dissertation, having a title I thought incomprehensible to all but a few handfuls of experts in the world. But contained in this work was a new technology, a new class of chemical compounds that were inspired by asking one of those what-if questions. What if we could make a compound that lights up on demand, like the fireflies we see in our yards in the summer? Based on our understanding of the inner workings of the firefly, I, along with my professor Paul Scott at Wayne State, came up with a way to design stable chemical compounds that could be made to break apart in a controlled way and produce bright light without generating heat or other hazards. Now, if I could have the lights dimmed on the stage for a couple of minutes, I'd like to do a little demonstration. Between these two. I want you to know I haven't rehearsed this, so I want you all to keep your fingers crossed. No one will be hurt. The result, after further refinement of this technology by my colleagues, was a class of compounds that allowed us to do this. And this. I should hold it up for some light. Here we go. A few more technical developments and another year or two of hard work later, and our group had developed what we dared hope was our first commercializable product. Could I have the one more time. Thank you for all crossing your fingers so well. Could I have the lights back up? Thank you. A compound that could be used in the rapidly growing fields of life science research and medical diagnostic lab tests to detect harmful organisms and diagnose diseases. So we started a company and called it Lumigen. Then came the hard part. Learning how to use this to build a company and make our way in the real world. Please notice that word learn in there. Scientific and technical ability we had in spades. But it wasn't enough. It's often been said the key to success is hard work and a little luck. In our business, we had the right technology developed, as luck would have it, at the right time. But still other abilities had to come into play. I'd like to highlight 5 of these abilities that we learned to be essential to success and that all of you can develop. Number 1, responsibility. Do what needs to be done. Show up prepared. Own up to all your mistakes. We certainly made mistakes along the way. You are going to screw up or fail at something. It's as inevitable as death and taxes. But you'll be respected by your loved ones and coworkers if you accept the bad with the good and grow from it. Number 2, this brings me to another ability, adaptability. In a small company such as ours, you get used to wearing many hats. Out of necessity, I've transitioned in my career from a research scientist to head of production, technical writer, website content creator, grants manager, and finally to patent professional. My advice in a nutshell, be prepared for change. A related ability might be termed educability. In today's technological world, the pace of change can be dizzying. Out of necessity, I had to learn to become a patent professional from scratch, and I thought I was done studying. Careers and companies come and go. Hopefully you don't. So read something outside your comfort zone, learn a new skill, get more training, or go for a degree. In short, stay fresh your whole life. And then there's dependability. Woody Allen famously said, 80% of success is just showing up. You succeed in the world, you win friends, you build relationships by being someone who can be counted on. I attribute the commercial success of our company in no small measure to simply doing the right thing without shortcuts every time. To quote from the book, "All I really need to know I learned in kindergarten," it doesn't matter what you say you believe, it only matters what you do. And finally, number 5, personability. Whatever you end up doing, you'll be working with others, often in a team or a group, and your success will be linked to that of your group. All the brilliance and technical skill in the world can be undermined if people aren't pulling together. Similarly, if you deal with customers and clients, you can have the most wonderful products or the coolest service, but you'll go nowhere if people don't want to deal with you. Sound obvious? You'd be surprised how many of us forget this simple thing. What these 5 abilities have in common is character. These are traits that each of you can become good at if you work at them. Make them your lifelong companions, and they will take you a long way to the success you are hoping for. And not just in your career. Married life, parenting, belonging to a church, volunteer organizations, or maybe holding public office. All of these roles will benefit from these abilities. Armed with a few great products and each of us working hard to exercise our abilities, we built Lumigen into a small company with an outsized impact. The chemiluminescent reagents we manufacture are now used in more than 1 billion medical diagnostic tests each year around the world. When I consider the number of lives that are helped with these tests, I have a definition of success that I think works pretty well. Do something to make a positive difference in someone's life. I'd like to make one last point before I conclude, and I have a confession to make. Despite becoming an expert in one highly specialized corner of the scientific world, publishing dozens of scientific papers and gaining numerous patents, I'm still ignorant. I will never understand Steinbeck or grasp statistical thermodynamics or be able to diagnose that funny noise coming from under the hood of my car. We are all ignorant. But I'm happy to admit my ignorance. It helps me maintain a healthy sense of humility. It's my secret weapon that keeps me motivated. So I challenge you to remember your ignorance and let it motivate you to keep learning, to keep seeking your whole life for that way to make a positive impact. We call today's ceremony commencement, which is somewhat ironic since to commence means to begin. So while we celebrate the ending of your high school careers, we really are launching you on a beginning. The challenge in front of you today is to decide just what it is you are beginning. I know each one of you wants to make some mark in the world and be successful. Let me reassure you, you are born and equipped to do it. It will take you developing your abilities, the ones you were born with and the ones you choose to cultivate. The choice of how to make that mark is yours. By now, I trust that all the diplomas are prepared and waiting for you, so I conclude by offering you a quote from one of my favorite authors, Ray Bradbury, who once said, "Your function is God-given, to act on your genetics, to be what you were born to be. Find out what it is and do it. Your job as young people is to look in the mirror every day of your life and see the shape of that genetic thumbprint and find out just who in the hell you are. Today you graduate, today you begin." Thank you, congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Hanley. And Lakeview would like to present a token of our appreciation for your contribution to this evening's events. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now my pleasure to introduce the teacher advisors for the class of 2013, Ms. Teresa Frontera and Ms. Shannon Verhelling.
Hello, class of 2013 graduates, family, friends, and staff. I am Shannon Verhelling.
I am Teresa Frontera, and we are the proud sponsors of this amazing class sitting in front of us this evening. We are honored to be here giving this speech for such a great group of young adults.
Your class started back in the fall of 2009 with two amazing class sponsors, Ms. Frontera and the great and amazing Mrs. Tina Edgar. Mrs. Edgar led you through your underclass journey, and she deserves a round of applause for her hard work. I had the honor of stepping in as your advisor for your senior year, and I couldn't have been more happier to do so. You are such a unique and interesting group. Who would have thought that one group of students could make us so happy and at times so frustrated, all in the same thought. Some of my favorite memories will be with this class I will cherish forever, like float building. Remember that? Remember the 2 dedicated people working on top of that float till 10:30 at night while the others were feeding themselves pizza? We do.
Mrs. Verhelli and I can sit back and giggle about so many of the funny moments we have had with you. The laughs you have given us, the talks you have shared with us, some which we may want to block from our memory. Your smiling faces, your enthusiasm, your spirit are all contagious and will all be missed. With that being said, we would now like to share our top 13 memories and/or words of advice for the class of 2013. Number 13, be like a turtle, comfortable in your own shell. Each of you are unique in your own way. Let the rest of the world see that.
Number 12, high school is a lot like toilet paper. You only miss it when it's gone. Enjoy your summer. Embrace this time with your friends that you have been with for the past 13 years of schooling.
Number 11, senior skip day. Who said you only had to have just one?
Number 10, take the freedom of college in moderation. The lectures may be optional, but then again, so is graduation.
Number 9, 19.5, ACT composite of 19.5. How many times have you guys heard that number? Thank you, Mr. Case.
Number 8, you can't connect the dots looking forward, you can only connect them looking back. You have to trust that the dots will connect to your future.
Number 7, dolphin noises. At first funny, after a while, just frightening.
Number 6, who could forget all of the acronyms you have learned throughout your 4 years at Lakeview? NWEA, ACT, MME, HSBN, E2020, AP, LOL, IDK.
Number 5, embrace change. At first, it may not be what you want, but take that chance and make it your own.
Number 4, make mistakes, because that means you're out there doing something with your life, and it's the best way to learn.
Number 3, fundraise, fundraise, fundraise. When done, and done successfully, you won't have prom in the cafeteria.
Number 2, the past can hurt, but the way we see it, you can either run from it or learn from it.
Number 1, and as always, it's great to be a Husky.
Class of 2013, we will miss you, and we wish you nothing but the best as you begin your future. It's been a long but super fun year, and each of you have a very special place in our hearts. We look forward to seeing what amazing young, successful adults you become, but please, don't forget the little people that have helped you at Lakeview. Thank you.
Amazing once again. Okay. Friday phone call went out early today, by the way. Lakeview Board of Education, it is now time, based on the completion of the requirements for graduation set forth by the Lakeview Public School Board and the state of Michigan. It is with great pleasure that I recommend to you the class of 2013 for their high school diplomas.
James Martin Blumline Honors.
Gina Christine Willing.
Dana Marie Walsh Honors.
Casey Dahl Blashill, highest honors.
Leger Ramona Bacon.
Ryan Edward Abkey.
Anna Marie Santafanti. Miguel Angel Gonzalez.
Grace Elizabeth Arlington.
Badale Donovan Halthon.
Nathan Shane Bardazan.
Sam Amar Jaudet.
Julia Rose Bayer.
Tyrone Robert Lee Sanders.
Miranda Ann Balestri.
Kimberly Ann Tromley.
Casey Tyler Berg.
Johnson Biblikai, highest honors.
Amber Nicole Bittinger.
Kayla Marie Biggs.
Brianna Nicole Blackman.
Harley Allen Bloomquist.
Abigail Brittany Bohr.
Alyssa Marie Boyd.
Carmen Elaine Brown, highest honors.
Olivia Marie Brown.
Alyssa Elaine Buckman.
Melody Paige Burry.
Samantha Veronica Bolero.
Lauren Paige Burgett, highest honors.
Caitlin Rose Burke.
Matthew Robert Burke.
Noah Christian Bouchaw, honors.
Isabella Nicole Canton.
Tessa Marissa Casasanta.
Sierra Rose Casper.
David Robert Zachary Champagne.
Brad Andrew Chandler.
Nicholas Donald Shake.
Samantha Lauren Clark. Laura Lynn Colamarino.
Olivia Lauren Combs.
Nicholas Paul Cook, highest honors.
Allison Marie Kuhn.
Brittany Marie Kuhn.
Natasha Ann Kosha.
Ivana Ruth Cuvier.
Kristen Marie Coiro.
Brittany Ann Crump.
Brandon Colin Cruz.
Jacob James Cunningham.
Mitchell Alexander Dacey.
Audrey Carolyn D'Angelo.
Brandy Nicole D'Angelo.
Alexander Scott Davies, honors.
Delvin Jermaine Davis, Jr.
Lisa Marie Davis.
Maurice Japri Davis.
Donovan Greg Demers.
Lauren Eileen DeMeyer, highest honors.
Rachel Olivia DeMeyer.
Vincent Salvatore De Niro.
Rebecca Nicole Dennis.
Mackenzie Marie DeSander.
Nicholas Aaron DeHurdy.
Chelsea Nalene Dixon.
Jeremy Michael Drohan.
Kathleen Nicole Dudek.
Jennifer Ray Duncan.
Sean Nicholas Dutcher.
Jason Matthew Dyer, Jr.
Nicholas Allen Ekman.
Sarah Elizabeth Economaeus.
Jack Ryan Erdman.
Daniel James Fainer Florskell.
Autumn Dorothy Lynn Ford.
Rebecca Lynn Garby, honors.
Sean Patrick Gardner.
Lindsay Jane Giannatta, highest honors.
Anna Lynn Godlewski.
Leah J. Golembieski.
Donovan Vernon Goodcourage.
Elizabeth Lauren Goodrich, honors.
Julie Ann Gould, honors.
Morgan Aaron Grafstein.
Alyssa Nicole Grant.
Cheyenne Raquel Grillo.
Joseph Richard Habrowski.
Dylan Matthew Hall.
Kaylin Cassidy Harmon.
Nicole Lynn Hawkins.
Curtis Alexander Herbon.
Kennedy Taylor Herr.
Lucas Matthew Hicks, honors.
Rachel Marilyn Hines, honors.
Chloe Nicole Dot Hoisington.
Jacob Austin Horn. Amber Nicole Hubbard, honors.
Serena Haley Hudson.
Joseph William Huff.
Nicholas Daniel Hughes.
Dylan James Hunt.
Tyler William Huey.
Jessica Nicole Innes.
Samuel Lamar James.
Tyler Michael Jerome.
Riley Marie Johnson.
Marquise Jacob Jones.
Michael John Kalis.
David Philip Canzier.
James Norman Canzier.
Veronica Catherine Evelyn Carmen, highest honors.
Brendan Michael Kay.
Troy Stephen Kalel.
Marcus John Kennedy.
Samantha Rose Kennedy.
Kiana Catherine King.
Brandon Edward Kierjack.
Marissa Joan Kitka.
Jeremy Robert Knight.
Raven Diane Cook.
Marissa Claire Cordy.
Anna Nicole Corey, highest honors.
Kayla Marie Krantz.
Joshua Michael Kroll.
Joelle Nicole Kruchek.
Zachary Allen Kruger.
Alexandra Nicole Lambert.
Abby Elizabeth Lampron.
Haley Grace Lavigno, honors.
Sydney Taylor Lawler.
Ariana Joanne Lawson.
Karen Nicole Layer.
Caitlin Rose Leonardi.
Ian Christopher Leone.
Marissa Rose Lowers.
Michael Bernard Lukowski.
Christopher James Lynn.
Cody Christopher McPhee.
Alexander Nicholas Mailer.
Emily Elizabeth Mahoney.
Abby Lynn Makowski, highest honors.
Joseph Tyler Momratsky.
Brianna Yolanda Mancina.
Ashley Marie Marcio.
Aaron Mitchell Mousoff, honors.
Caitlin Marie McAllister.
Grace Marie McCollum, honors.
Austin Matthew McKee.
Devin Lloyd McNabb.
Jeffrey Allen Metcalf.
Donald Allen Milmus, Jr.
Caitlin Eleanor Michkowski.
Alexandra Ann Milantoni.
Aaron David Miller.
Amelia Marie Miller.
Cameron Paul Mills.
Taylor V. Misko.
Jacob Edward Mitchell.
Sarah Jacqueline Moen.
Leslie Ann Montgomery.
Gary Thomas Moore.
Kennedy Marie Moses.
Benjamin Scott Moxon.
Shannon Margaret Moy, highest honors. Joseph William Myers.
Ebony Larianne Nance.
Justin Paul Ortez.
Ethan James Otoy honors.
Paige Lynn Owen.
Michael Anthony Osga.
Megan Eileen Palazzolo.
Zachary Stephen Christian Pappas honors.
Richard James Parento.
Jacqueline Marie Parlow.
Brianne Raquel Petrosky.
Olivia Ann Petrosky.
Amanda Marie Patterson.
Emily Mary Patton honors.
Victoria Caroline Perrin.
Daniel Jacob Phillips.
Sarah Elizabeth Phillips.
Alyssa Christina Piaski.
Madeline Krishana Pitts honors.
Desiree Ann Powers.
Erica Marie Prested.
Lauren Lindsay Preston.
Trayvon Darius Ray.
Garrett James Redman.
Sean Patrick Reed.
Aaron Robert Dale Roach, highest honors.
Joseph Francis Romano II.
Joni Ann Rudolph.
Kaylin Alexandria Rush.
Matthew William Sand honors.
James Thomas Scamahorn.
Sarah Devon Scorpio.
James David Sazikin.
Jared Allen William Sebastian.
Megan Marie Sedgman.
Glennon Samuel Sells. Curtis Hunter McLean Sherwin.
Matthew James Shibuda.
Robert Jeffrey Shields II.
Lauren Elizabeth Schock.
Joshua Stephen Saradsky.
Jennifer Christine Singleton.
Kevin James Cisco.
Megan Marie Sedera.
Sarah Elaine Sconey.
Eva Marie Smith, highest honors.
Isaac Abraham Smith.
Miranda Lee Snow. Lucas Michael Sowiak.
Hannah Rose Sporer.
Jennifer Helen Stafford Honors.
Ashley Nicole Stegman.
Hunter Jacob Stevens.
Clarice Kathleen Stewart.
Chris Michael Stidham.
Cody Lane Strong.
Alexandra Viley Suttle.
Amber Jade Thompson.
Micah Elise Thompson.
Gary David Tilney Jr., highest honors.
Danielle Marie Tinette.
Jenna Marie Tischbein.
Alexander Christopher Tarakis.
Tyler Brendan Trevisan.
Kathleen Ann Trombley.
Michelle Rubina Tucker.
Zakiah LaShawn Tuggle.
Benjamin James Tyler.
Matthew Christopher Ulrich.
Margaret Claire Valentic.
Arsene Edward Van Vorn.
Helena Grace Veltri, honors.
Michael Giulio Venditti.
Michaela Corinne View.
Stephen Matthew Volmer.
Maria Marie Voltaggio, highest honors.
Victoria Wang.
Joseph Merrill White.
Nicholas David White.
Amber Simone Williams.
Leah Elizabeth Willoughby.
Marissa Juliana Whitting.
Jenny Ann Wolosik, honors.
Tabitha Lynn Woodward. Celeste Nicole Zabel.
Eileen Claire Zielinski, honors.
And Christopher David Zigai.
Class of 2013 graduates, as you move on from this point in your lives, I know the memories from the last 4 years and hopefully the memory of this evening's events will serve as inspiration for all of you. As Dr. Hanley stated earlier, continue on the path of knowledge. Work to the best of your ability at everything you do and choose something that inspires you and makes you happy. From this day forward, you start a new phase in your life. The next step is incumbent on you and your desire to accomplish your goals. If you work hard and commit yourself, anything you desire is possible, but only for those that are willing to own their decisions, own their actions, and own their future. Along your path to adulthood, things will happen that will occasionally cause you to reflect back on the days that you graced the halls of Lakeview High School. You'll remember the friends, teachers, and events that were part of your high school experience. And you'll have a greater appreciation for what Lakeview did to prepare you to face the world, to be a success, to make a difference, and to have a rewarding life. Good luck to all of our graduates, and carry your Husky pride with you forever. Congratulations, class of 2013. It is now my pleasure to introduce Class President James Blumline. Please come to the podium.
Having met, or would, sorry. Would the class of 2013 please stand? Having met all requirements for graduation established by the Lakeview Public Schools, I present to you the Lakeview High School graduates of the class of 2013. Take your class up.
Thank you.